Goodbye YouTube, and yes guys, I am finally back. I am 6 Hacks. Welcome to the new random few subscribers. I'm Leo, or Leodan, whichever you prefer to call me. Also, guest narration week was last week, so if you guys did not see that, I'll leave a link to the playlist down in the description. Also, the reason why I did guest narration week was because I was busy with school. I had to do a project that is needed for me in order to graduate. I was stressed out with family, relationships, school, and all that, but I do feel a lot better now, so I will be back to uploading and all that. So yeah, I don't know if any of you missed me, but if you did, I'm back. If you didn't miss me, then I don't know why you're subscribed to me and watching my videos, but yeah, hi, I'm back. Alright, also, if you notice from the team, this is not my team. Now, before somebody says, oh, use your own team, stop stealing people's teams. I'm not particularly stealing it because I am going to give credit to where I got the team from, and I'll leave a link to the RMT in the description, so make sure to go check that out. And the reason why I wanted to use this RMT team was because it mainly had Cresselia, plus its UU, plus its stall, so 3 things I really like all in one team. And this is my first time ever using an RMT team. Just because I don't really like to use them, but I really like this one because it caught my eye. But yeah, anyways, talking about the team preview on my opponent's side of the screen, not too many things I'm going to be worried about. I mean, the only real big threats are going to be her Weavile and her Miss Magius. Miss Magius, if she gets behind a sub and turns out to be Nasty Plot with Shadow Ball and Hidden Power fighting, then I could be screwed, especially because Snorlax is going to be my only way to phase it out. Also, Weavile, if she sets up a Swords Dance, I'm just screwed because the main weakness this team has is Dark types, and the biggest weakness to this team is Weavile. Alright, so because she does not have a Rapid Spinner, I'm going to be leading off with my Ambipom. What? No, I'm going to be leading off with my Golurk. Wow, I have not done this in a while. As she's going to be leading off with the Ambipom. Now, because Golurk tend to carry Dynamic Punch, what I'm going to do is actually stay in and go for the rocks, not really being worried about the fact that she go for the taunt. As you see, she did U-turn now into the Swampert, as I'm going to bring in my Roserade, knowing that I will be able to scare out the Swampert as she freely gets up her own Stealth Rocks. I'm going to be able to go for my first layer of Spikes, as she actually ends up bringing the Weavile. Now, I more than likely thought she was going to bring in the Arcanine, seeing as it does have Flare Blitz, but the way she brought it in has me thinking that she might want to scare me out with the Ice Punch and go for the Swords Dance. So what I'm going to do is actually stay in and go for the Sludge Bomb. Unfortunately, she does go straight for the Ice Punch, as I'm going to bring in my Cresselia because I did not see any Life Orb recoil. I'm thinking that she's probably Choice Banded, but then she switches up moves, and I was thinking, crap, she's Lumberry, and I just went for the Toxic. But luckily, she isn't, and she's more than likely going to be Expert Belted. Now, because I did get the Toxic off, I will be able to get that residual damage along with the entry hazard damage racking up on this Weavile, as she does go for the Night Slash, and Cresselia taking those hits like it's her job. Oh my lord, Cresselia is just too powerful. Okay, I was gonna say awesome, but then powerful came out. But yeah, anyways, not wanting to risk getting critted, I am going to switch into my Suicune. If you're wondering why, it's because Night Slash does have a high critical hit ratio, and Suicune eats that Night Slash like it was nothing. So, knowing that she more than likely might just keep going for them, seeing as she might just want to sack her Weavile, the toxic damage is racking up, so I don't have to go for the Scald. So what I'm going to do is actually go for the Calm Mind, as she ends up bringing in the Miss Magius. Turns out that she's actually a Nasty Plot set. For some reason, she went straight for the Nasty Plot. I guess she just wants to get rid of my Suicune, seeing as Suicune could possibly be a giant threat to her team. So keeping that in mind, I'm actually going to switch out into my Snorlax, but you're going to see that that was a very stupid play, and I should have just stayed in and killed off this damn Miss Magius. So she's actually going to go for another Nasty Plot, maybe predicting me to predict her to switch out, seeing as the Whirlwind was pretty obvious, and that she could have got off a heavy hit with the Hidden Power fighting at +4. Unfortunately, that isn't the case, and I do just go straight for the Whirlwind, bringing her out into the Ambipom. Now, I know Ambipom really can't do anything to Golurk outside of U-turn, so I'm going to bring him in, and I'm just going to stay in, and I'm going to go straight for the Dynamic Punch, as she ends up going for the U-turn. And if she had actually just hard switched out, I wouldn't have blamed her for it, just because the extra Life Orb recoil on Ambipom really isn't that good for her, seeing as U-turn does practically nothing to my Golurk, especially after leftovers. So because Dynamic Punch and Earthquake are my only 2 offensive moves, she's going to bring in Miss Magius, and here she's going to make a very good prediction, bringing in her Arcanine, predicting me to bring back in my Snorlax. Now, because the way she brought it in, I'm thinking that maybe she's carrying Close Combat. Then I see that she has leftovers, so she can either be bulky offensive or just offensive with Close Combat. So what I decided to do was just stay in, and if she did go for the Close Combat, I could take the hit, then go for the Body Slam, as she is at -1, but she ends up going for the Will-O-Wisp. Luckily, I do get the paralysis which you'll see later on in the battle that the paralysis does play a bit of a role. So because I am faster than the Arcanine, I'm just going to decide to go straight for the rest, as she's going to reveal that she has the Morning Sun, which obviously most Arcanines now in UU do carry Morning Sun. I really like Arcanine, I just really wish it was better than it is, because right now honestly Arcanine just sucks in my opinion. I've used it before and it's not that good of a Pokemon. So she's gonna bring in the Cobalion, and this was really risky because if I had paralyzed Cobalion, this thing would have no longer been a threat whatsoever. So not wanting to take a close combat, I'm gonna switch into my Golurk, as she actually ends up going straight for the Swords Dance. And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was very scared because a +2 Iron Head hurts my entire team, even Zapdos. Well, not Iron Head, but Cobalion do tend to carry Stone Edge. Luckily, Golurk is a monster, and I'm going to be able to take the Iron Head and just finish it off with the Earthquake. And I really wanted to go for Dynamic Punch, but for some reason I thought that it would have lived, so I decided just to go for the safe Earthquake. As she brings in the Weavile, I don't want anything on my team to die, so I'm going to reveal to her that I do carry the Protect, which in this situation is very clutch because I'm able to get rid of the Weavile. And at the amount of HP that the Miss Magus is at, I'm pretty positive if I Whirlwind her out, or if I force her out, she will die off to the next turn of Stealth Rocks. And this is where me just switching out my Suicune early on in the battle was really stupid, because Suicune at this point is not going to be used anymore, and I have to rely on my Snorlax to hopefully pull the 33% chance to get Whirlwind. Unfortunately, I don't pull it, and because she keeps going for the Thunderbolt, that automatically tells me that she does not have Hidden Power Fighting, which is actually really good for me, because if she had gone for Nasty Plot, I'm pretty positive 2 Hidden Power Fightings possibly would have been able to finish me off. Luckily, I'm able to take the 2 or 3 Thunderbolts, sorry, I looked away for a minute, and I'm able to Whirlwind her out, which means this Magus is dead. As I bring her into the Swampert, at this point, I really have no more use for my Snorlax, so I can easily just leave it in for Death Fodder, as I'm going to get a free switch out into my Cresselia. Now, because I did lose my Roserade, I really have nothing to touch this Swampert with, so what I'm going to do is actually go for the Toxic, so I can just wear it down little by little, eventually being able to get rid of it with Psychics, Moonlighting, and just the Toxic damage racking up and all that. So she's actually going to switch out into the Arcanine, not really too sure why, but Psychic doesn't do nearly as much damage as I hoped that would, because now she is going to be able to live the following one and just easily go for the Morning Sun. Unfortunately, she gets fully paralyzed, which did matter because she more than likely did go for the Morning Sun, but if you ask me, eventually in the long run of the battle, I would have been able to stall out the Morning Suns and been able to beat this Arcanine one-on-one. So in my opinion, the paralysis just really sped up the battle. So luckily for me, I did do the math right, and Miss Magus does die off. As she brings in Ambipom, she's going to go for the U-turn, back out to Swampert, and Psychic and Toxic is going to be an easy 2 to 3 KO on this Swampert. Like, Toxic can do damage, well, residual damage. Anyways, I'm going to be able to get rid of Swampert, and her last is the Ambipom, which is just going to die off to the Hazard. So yeah, Cresselia definitely put some work in this battle. So yeah, guys, I am back for good. If you did enjoy the narration, or if you enjoyed the fact that I am back, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content. Please read the description, because I wanted to talk about some things and I probably did forget about in this video. So yeah, please read the description, and with that, I do believe I am out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. So yeah, later.